everyone, it's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are watching God, Sex, and Love. Tonight we are going to continue the Christians and politics conversation because I know you all are familiar with everything that's going on. So let's see where our panel is and how we're feeling about everything. And if you're ready for this conversation, then stay tuned.
I am mother, sister, daughter. I am woman. I am queen. I am down to earth and witty. I am boss of a few things. I am homegirl. I am friend. Through the thin and the thick. I am worthy of celebration. I am a chocolate chick.
Welcome back to God, Sex, and Love, friends. I have the dream team. We're back for the Christians and politics conversation. So please join me and say hello to Miss Daniece Gilbert. Hey, Miss Daniece.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
No problem. Thank you for the shirt. Look, it's in order, you know.
Yes, you looking great.
A model for you, you know, a little promo modeling.
Yes.
Shout out as well too. Look, I ain't even gonna do it either. How about this time? Put you in the middle. Shout out to Newman. Hey, how you doing?
Gilbert, well, yes, he is.
Awesome. Great to see you as always. And last but not least, let's give it up for Mr. Ryshawn. Oh, don't worry, I said his name wrong. Sorry, Ryshawn.
Ryshawn, yes, I'm here. Praise the Lord.
I'm on here, man. See, I think C said his name all in the middle of that mess thing.
Okay. I got like 10 names. I'm like God almost. I got so many names. It's okay. I'm not equal to God. Don't get me. I didn't say I'm God.
I know.
Listen, you have to correct that, Ryshawn, real quick.
Yeah, because people around with it.
You know that guy was on God, Sex, and Love, saying he was God, like.
Oh man.
Friends. All right, y'all know why we here. So as of right now. Because I think it's pretty self-explanatory that, you know, God, Sex, and Love, we tend to pre-record. So as of right now, the election is still going on, right? Like, you know, no results has been, depending on what news source you listen to, we don't know. So as of right now, we don't know who the president is, anything like that. How y'all feeling, Christians? Like, let's get it go. Like, first thoughts. How y'all feeling with like how the election went? Like how election day came and went, and how y'all feel about that? Like, what was your first thoughts on election day?
Honestly, my first thought was, when is this going to be over? I'm so ready for it to be over. I mean, I am so ready.
I share that sentiment.
I understand. What about you, Mr. Ryshawn?
I had some anxiety, right? Because I knew there was some prophecy out there, and I knew like the representation of the church was kind of on the line, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the word, everybody's looking, you know, we had some voices out there saying that this person is going to win. And so, you know, I'm like, so I don't really care who's president, right? I'm just really like the church. Like, I'm like, man, like we about to get a couple of blows for this one, y'all. Like, we, you know, they like to throw the church under the bus already, so like,
that's
right.
They about to be calling some prophets, false prophets in a minute.
False, right? Yeah.
Right. I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, that crossed my mind as well. It crossed my mind as well, and like for me, I don't know if I necessarily like when there was no results or when the other results, or however you want to look at it. Because again, I guess that could be the next question. What's your news sources or whatever? But I did think about that as well, Ryshawn, and I just was like, the way I'm seeing it right now is I'm just like either. I mean, well, obviously y'all know that. Okay, if that said person don't win this go round, right, then they could technically, run again, and then that could be technically the second term everybody's talking about, technically. Or there's this like real good setup happening right now. Like that's how I feel. I'm like, it got to be like some like real good setup. But the other thing too was that people was waiting for the negative response as well. Like people was ready for riots and stuff. Like y'all heard all that. So it was like either, you know what I'm saying? So either way it's kind of bad. Like when you think about it, like, America burning down or, or the prophecy not being fulfilled, so what y'all got? What y'all got?
I'm gonna hand that over to Ryshawn first. Set the
Well, I could say I voted for Trump, right? And so I definitely, of course, I wanted Trump to win, and I have reasons. I mentioned that to some, people of color, and they sometimes look at me crazy. But I have my reasons and stuff, and so that's that. Another, me being competitive. I'm like, man, he gotta win because I voted for him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely had that thought, like, man, it's gonna get crazy. But right now, I'm just chilling right now. I'm kind of like you guys now. I'm ready for it to be over so we can go ahead and, I guess stop talking about it so much, or stop being so worried about it, I guess.
Anybody else got they want to say what?
Yeah, I didn't. I think like during the election and everything that was going on, I think at some point I was like, I don't want to say I had anxiety. I was more like, Lord, if you're saying that Trump is supposed to be president, like, this is your time to like let the world know again, probably for the bazillionth time, who you are. And it was kind of like listening to all like the prophecy that was going out and stuff. It was like I voted for Trump because I don't care. I don't like any of them, to be honest with you. I think both of them are racist. I think if anything, I just didn't like Biden, especially like that crime bill and knowing people that have been locked up in that era unfairly, and we just forget about those families and think, oh yeah. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But I think it was more like, Lord, just show yourself. And then, because I remember I was talking to my brother about it. He was like, he just felt like that's who God was saying. But at the same time, like, the people can speak. And God, he has, given people what they ask for. So it's like, it's where we at right now.
Go, Miss Daniece. I don't want to take the opportunity.
Listen, so as they were saying, it was just so much on the line. Like you said, you had prophets who were saying this way, you had prophets who were saying that way. The mass majority was saying that Trump is going to win. So it was just easy to see her. It's so anxious. Just like government just means so much to them, and it's still a lot of church going against it, as far as taking sides and things of that nature. I think we lost focus on what's important, which is Jesus 2020. Our focus was, off God and into the government And that's what was hurtful, as like Ryshawn was saying, is that we lost focus. And us as the church, we're even looking at the government versus what should be most important, which is keeping our sight and our heart and our minds on God. So yeah, I'm still ready for it to be over with. I can't wait for as Mr. Neal said, for God to show his hand. But it's a lot on the line. But if God said it, then thus said the Lord, then it will happen. So
right. Not only just with the prophecies, because at the end of the day too, it's like you see. Now I don't know, but okay, so this gonna get into that subject, because we kind of tapped on it a little bit last time, but we didn't really talk too much about it. What we kind of did when we talked about like the media and everything like that. The fact, like, it, like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm looking at any and everybody media sideways if they're not reporting all the information. I just feel like there's only, like, honestly, I know there's a pastor I follow. His name is David Lynn. He's a pastor up in Canada, but he just kind of was saying, like, honestly, Christians probably shouldn't even really be watching the news, based on that we know that they lie about a lot of things. But you can just kind of really clearly see the bias in all of our news outlets. And I know people would say, like, oh, well, Fox News, but then apparently, people feel this kind of way about Fox News now too, So honestly, for me, I've kind of just been like maybe tuning in to either the YouTube people or whatever, or maybe Newsmax, and kind of watching them lately or whatever the case is, maybe in the last week or so. But like, I'm really just, I don't know, like, I'm really looking sideways at the media right now. And honestly, because I feel like one of my issues with it is that you're all the news media is saying that it's gone this one way, which we, I guess, know is the Biden way. They're saying that it's gone towards Biden, but no, they're done no reports on his son and the stuff that came out about him. They've done no reports on the fact that, about these different, I guess, all the fraud and all that stuff. Like, are you guys familiar with the fraud cases and stuff that are going on right now? Or am I just don't?
Yeah, I think with the media to me is probably overseen by the government, and the government dictates the information that's put out there. So I think what the media is doing, they're as usual, they're pushing the narrative that they feel is best for the country. That's just what I think you should watch the media. I wouldn't say you shouldn't watch the news or nothing like that. I mean, I think you should just at least see like what they're saying, and I don't really believe what the media says, but it's the media. It's like my brother was like, yeah, he's like, yo, the media is the real virus. Like, they infecting people with lies and poisoning minds and making people afraid and all kind of stuff. But it's to be expected. Like, you can't. This thing, like, this is America. Like, I think the sooner that people accept, like, yo, this is America. This is how it is. This is what it's built on. I think once you accept that and not think that, hey, they're supposed to tell the truth or they're supposed to do that, I think we'll be able to like move better and move more effectively if we just stop just believing that garbage. Like, it's just what they do. CNN, they're all liars.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I can't hear what you said.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I was watching what's his name, Joe Rogan. I think that's his name, Joe Rogan. But there's a you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. there's a guy that I follow on YouTube, and he was playing a clip of Joe Rogan, and he called the media or social media a religion. He like the religion of social media, and that's my first time hearing it. But I mean, the media is a powerful machine. Like through media, like people form their doctrine. I mean, form their theology, and just pick up different doctrines. And I mean, the media is one way that people fall away from the faith, right? I mean, because all these different teachings and stuff like that. So it's like it's a very powerful tool that is here until I guess the Lord returns. And I don't indulge in the media. I try not to, because I'm horrible like at balancing my time. And I know like I will go binge on some media or some politics or whatever. So yeah, when it comes to media, I mean, I think we definitely should be on guard, and definitely, because I mean it's a powerful tool, and it can shape it can feed your biases, shape your doctrine. I mean, shape your theology and push false doctrine, and just be on guard. I think we definitely should be on guard, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Look, we all concord on the super Daniece.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to add this part too, like social media can be used for the advancement of the kingdom of God. But I was having this conversation with this my coworker, and she was just saying, I asked her, because she believes in like the universe. I mean, I know we all have heard this stuff, universe and nature and all that stuff, right? And I asked her, I said, why do you believe that way? What led you? And she said, social media. I'm like, wow. And I was like, man, it's powerful. Like, it's just so powerful, man. So it's like, man,
that is.
Some people need to take a break from media and really chase the living God, because man, like, people coming up with all type of stuff. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yup. Well, and maybe it didn't help me none, but today I watched Out of Shadows. Have you guys heard of that?
No,
I haven't.
Outofshadows.org, y'all. Check it out. It's talking all about like the different tactics that when it comes to the CIA and like mind control and all these different things, and talks about how like basically how all the different media companies are involved and all that stuff. And it's just like, it make you think. And I think that's the thing that kind of I've been talking about it on my podcast. I do the morning daily inspiration or whatever, and I've kind of been talking about here and there different things. I've been talking about like politics and talking about some other different things I've come across. And the interesting thing, I'll be like, yeah, so because here on this, then I was like, well, maybe you don't know. Like, maybe you don't know. Because I just feel like, even though, okay, so technically this was yesterday, right? Did you guys listen to the lawyers that are representing Trump about the voter fraud and all that? Did y'all didn't listen to that?
I think I have an idea.
All right. They did like some type of press conference and kind of presented some of like the things that they found since, trying to figure out what's going on with all the votes and stuff like that. And y'all should probably take a look at it. Watch it on YouTube probably, because who knows, the mainstream media probably ain't reporting it. Which is the thing too. I just feel like if you're going to be the news, and I know what you're saying, Neil, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we shouldn't expect them to say the truth, but I think that's the problem. If you're not going to say the truth, then don't call yourself the news. Like, don't say that you're reporting. You know what I mean? Just don't, like, say you're a social media page or whatever you are. You know what I mean? Just be what you are. Don't, because you're giving people, or you're not telling the whole truth, or whatever the case is. And then there's a lot of people that are, I think the narrative is people are going to feel as if Trump stole this election. If ever or whenever it comes out that either he won or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Without knowing, y'all didn't hear it, so obviously maybe I'm saying news to y'all right now, but when it comes to all the voter fraud information that's coming out and stuff, and they're talking about how like there's the company that the machines are run by, they're being counted in other countries and all this stuff, and how the owner or part owner of the company came up and said like, okay, well, this program was actually made for voter fraud for other countries and stuff, and so the person recognized it when it was happening here, you know what I mean, and all this stuff. And it's like, for me as an American, no matter what side I'm on, whatever the case is, I should be concerned, or I feel like we should be concerned that our election can be stolen, you know what I mean, or our election can be tampered with in this manner. But majority of people don't seem to care at all about that. As long as it's saying they person, they like.
No, because they just want Trump out.
That's it.
They just want Trump out. They don't care how he gets out. They don't care about fraud. They don't care about any of that. Their only concern is let's get Trump out by any means necessary.
That's it.
They don't care if Big Bird, the next president. They just want Trump out.
Yeah. That's
I literally heard a person say they'd rather have a dog in the White House. Yeah.
I believe him.
I believe that.
Trump makes America, I'm gonna say this, to me, in my opinion, Trump makes white America look bad. It ain't got nothing to do with, we care about it. It's like, for me, America is an idea, it's not an identity. So it's like you can come to America and you could go off the Constitution and say like, yo, I could take a piece of this and I can do this here in America. But I think people are concerned about like, he's making us look bad and how they look, to the world. But it's trash. It's like the media is trash. Like, America, like Donald Trump has showed you what America really is. Like, to me, he's a big mirror. He's like, I am the epitome of America. Like, I could lie, I could cheat, I could be racist, I could be about capitalism, I could bully you, I could push you around, I could do whatever I want. But it's like on the other side, they want to act like they're not like Trump. It's like, if you, like, being black, if you tell somebody like, hey, look, I voted for Trump, doesn't necessarily mean you support Trump, but it's just like, hey, look, that's where I cast my vote at. They'll bully you and say like, oh man, you a sellout, you Uncle Tom, you stupid, you this, that, and the third. I'm like, well, y'all claim Trump is a bully. What are you doing? Like, I mean, I'm being on social media and having conversations. It's like the stuff people say like, yo, how could you say that? This, that, and the third. And just being real, like, being black, it's like, you just swapping slave masters. One is a covert racist, one is an overt racist. Like, both of them, I don't think they have the best interests of African American people. You know what I'm saying? So it's, and not to just harp on race, because like God, like I don't really believe in race, so to speak. We're all human. It's just who we are. God created us. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could go on and on, but
Trump isn't making any bills to put black people, signing any bills that put black people. So at least we know that much. But if we're going to go off race.
And also, somebody made a great point. Before Trump got in the office, Trump received an award from NAACP. He was cool with Mike. Well, he's probably still cool with Mike Tyson and different rappers, and a lot of rappers will put his name in their bars. And the moment I think so. The reason why one reason why I rock with Trump is because like it's a good and a bad thing, right? He'll tell you what's up, like he'll go ahead and speak it.
Yeah.
He's very unwise with his words, but he's telling you the truth, right? Like he just speaks what's on his mind. So I would rather deal with a real person, knowing what I'm gonna get, even if he's racist. I don't know, but I'd rather deal with somebody I know for sure. Okay, this who he is. then to deal with somebody I don't know if he putting on. I don't know. I don't know this guy, right? And of course, you know, look at the law, look at the past, and you know, and so that's why. And we in the black community, especially like in more urban, more street, they always talking about real, I'm real. You know, well, you know, Trump probably the realest candidate, you know, or the realest guy in this situation, you know.
Straight up.
You know, so
like,
it's like
y'all up.
Exactly. It's like we want to be lied to. We want to tell me what tickles my ear. Tell me that you're gonna. I rather you tell me, I ain't gonna really do nothing for y'all. You know, I'm gonna try to next year. Like, tell me that. So I'm like, okay, I you know what I'm saying? So.
But even when we had somebody that went into there to try to do something for us, let's just give an example, Ice Cube, what did they do? They canceled him. Not only did he go see and talk to Trump, he also went to go talk to Joe Biden as well. And he pushed that aside and was like, you know, basically we can't get to that at the moment. So why would you cancel someone that is trying to come and talk to both parties to get us a plan, get something intact for us? So, you know, spiritually, I just wanted what God, you know, whomever God can use, you know, who's going to, you know, align with his will. And like y'all said, I'm not a fan of either candidate, but, you know, if that's what God wants, you know.
Because your love has set me free. I'm alive. Believe in me.
Thank you so much for watching God, Sex, and Love. I hope you all enjoyed the conversation tonight. Friends, as we say, Jesus 2020. Okay, let's just keep that on our mind no matter what happens, no matter what the results be. You know, Jesus 2020, Jesus every day, Jesus infinity and beyond. Friends, we got to do what we can. Just, you know, look, laugh instead of cry, man. There's a lot of things going on right now, but, you know, hey, let's stay prayed up and let's stay focused. And, you know, no matter what, God is in control. Have a good night.
Spiritually, I just wanted what God, you know, whomever God can use, you know, who's going to, you know, align with his will. And like y'all said, I'm not a fan of either candidate, but, you know, if that's what God wants, you know, for us, then that's where I'm at. But I'm neither a fan of either, like y'all stated as well. But, you know, spiritually, I'm just where I just want whatever God wants. So
I think it's just because, okay, even with us that just have this conversation now, it's coming across as if the man ain't did nothing for, I'll just say Americans in general, or for Black people when he has. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And if you guys are familiar, like, he, you know, gave the HBCUs funding for the next 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Like, they've been actively getting people out of prison. You know what I mean? Like, I'll forget the name of the thing, but you know what I'm saying?
You got my boy Ben Carson as I think the housing leading the housing development or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity zones and stuff like that. I'm sitting here like, shoot, as a business owner, I'm trying to figure out how I can get into some of that. Like, I wouldn't mind, you know, getting a building somewhere. Like, you know, I need some of that, you know? So I'm just like, why are we sitting here? And like you said too, Ryshawn, it's like, you know, the man was all this and that before. Then all of a sudden now he become president. Now y'all want to down everything about the man or whatever the case is. All I'm saying is, I just feel like, again, but this goes back to the media. This goes back to the news and the narrative they're pushing out to people, and that people are just eating up for whatever reason. It's just like, but when you hear about the plans of the alternative that have not, I would say, not much to do with God. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Not
like
nothing.
not
Not
nothing to do with
nothing.
God. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's gonna benefit us down the line? Like, can we get 4 more years of grace versus 4 years of whatever they trying to? I mean, because from what I'm hearing, it's taking away a lot of the parents' rights, is what I'm hearing on from the alternative. In regards to what we can teach our children and everything like that, and
The government.
Yeah.
right, and stuff like that. And I'm saying, like, or I mean, probably our rights in general. Now that's another thing. People will talk about, like, I guess who would want to vote for more taxes or whatever. People are talking about that part of things too. I mean, I guess I haven't thought that much about all of that, but I just was like,
And Black people, we're
I don't hear
usually,
the part.
I was saying, as Black people, we're usually like conservative. So it's just funny to me that we're siding with someone that's definitely against, like, as a whole, our type of views. The only thing they're going off of, let's just say, oh, Trump is racist. Well, did you watch the whole video, or did they show
Context.
you a clip?
Context.
Oh, you watched that 10-second clip.
Nope.
Oh, okay. So that's where you get it from. Did you read anything? Oh no, I seen a clip on the Shade Room, or I seen a clip on over here, and I read the comments. It's literally they, even the average person. I mean, people who have degrees, who I've had conversations with, who do not thoroughly do their research or read or know what's actually going on. They literally go off, headlines and clips of CNN or whatever, Fox or whatever biased media, as you stated, Miracle, that they listen to.
And I think that's probably like the sad thing of everything, because I ain't gonna lie, like maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just I don't know, maybe I'm getting caught up in it or whatever the case is. But I just feel like, even when it comes to the celebrities or whatever like that, I just feel like, okay, if y'all have these huge platforms and y'all have all these people following you all, and you guys are pushing this narrative, I can't follow you no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, because you've seen some of them be like, oh, if you vote for that person, they just unfollow me. And it's like, yo, like, by all means, you know what I mean? Because it's like the stuff you're going along with it. You're going along with the alternative of what's going to benefit me and my family, like what's going to eventually affect me and my family. You know what I'm saying? Because we already saw people getting sued and stuff like that if they didn't put certain narratives and do certain things with their business. When it comes to I don't know. I just feel like there's just going to be a lot of legislation and stuff that these people are bringing to the table that's going to affect us down the line, and people aren't thinking about that.
People can't see that far though. Like, some people are just real, like, they're nearsighted. It's like they can only see what's in front of them. They can't see like a mile or 10 miles down the road, nor do they care to. They're concerned about what, like, right now, what I see right in front of me. So it's kind of like, to me, this showed me like how people really are sheep, how gullible and naive, and how a lot of people just want to, like, belong to something.
a movement.
Yeah, a movement. Like,
do it for the culture.
Right, for the it's like, I'm like, yo, this is a joke. Like, I'm kind of like, I really, like, I don't know. Like, I probably traded in my black card, yo. I'm more of an African American than I am black. I say that. As crazy as it might sound, I know if I get pulled over by the police and I'm a black male, I know that I ain't stupid. But to me, like, just this whole, black thing, black this, black that, and if you're black, you got to think this way or be like this, talk like that. I think a lot of it is just like, it's like an oxymoron. It's contradiction. It's like, Black lives matter, but we still kill each other. And we don't even want to have a private
Yeah.
conversation about that. I understand, like, yo, look, you keep stuff in house. Like, don't talk about your people in public and this, that, and the third. I get that. But like, we don't even want to have a private conversation about what's going on in our communities. Like, we don't want to politic our own communities, but we want to talk about, like, yeah, get this guy to be president and he's gonna fix everything. Like, I'm like, yo, we had a black president in Barack Obama. Yo, and we're still in the same situation.
Hmm.
Nothing has changed. Things probably have gotten worse. So if that doesn't show you, like, you really got to do it yourself. Like, that's the beauty of I will say that's the beauty of the Republican Party. It's like, yo, do it on your own. You know what I mean? Like, and I like it that way. I would prefer it that way. Yeah, you need government to help do certain things and stuff like that. Yeah, you do. But overall, it's like, to me, the Democratic Party, like, if I ain't mistaken, they gave us Planned Parenthood, they gave us food stamps, welfare. They the ones that separated the black family. Like, yo, if you go
KKK.
down,
I said the Klansmen came out of the Democratic Party.
yeah, it did. Yeah, in the Republican Party, it was a party that freed, the Emancipation Proclamation, if I'm correct.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it just make you kind of like, people just go with the flow. No one want to think for themselves. No one want to put in the work to do what has to be done. Like, it's
handouts.
That the greatest oxymoron to me was, voting for somebody. You're screaming Black Lives Matter, but let's go vote for the people that put, thousands and thousands of us in jail and separated families. So to me, that made absolutely no sense as a people if we really want to do something for the culture. And then, we have been voting for the Democratic Party for how long? And what has gotten done with us voting for Democrats? Like, honestly, y'all.
nothing. Establishing the book. And thinking about what you just said, we're like, yo, like, that crime bill that Joe is so proud of, allegedly he said, oh, it was a mistake. It's like, that's a lot of life, a lot of families that's just devastated. But I'm like, when I think about it, like you say, people want to scream Black Lives Matter, stop police brutality. Joe Biden, that bill created the condition and set laws in place that benefited, like, police immunities and, like, building of prisons. And it said, like, yo, it was like an incentive to go and arrest Black people, go and abuse Black people. And it's like, y'all want to overlook that. Like, yo, this guy created the condition that that's manifested right now. And nobody want to, like, really just take note of that as if, like, oh, he's a nice guy. Like, no. Do you hear that guy talk? Like, if you listen to his speeches, like, from back in the day, that's why when he was with Obama, it was like, yo, just don't say anything. Just be quiet. Put your sunglasses on. It's better to be thought wise than open your mouth and, you know how it go. But
Oh,
yeah.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I believe a lot of people are definitely doing it for the culture. I talked with another one of my coworkers, and so they were kind of mocking me a little bit because I voted for Trump, and so I said, guys, I have reasons. Like, you should ask me why I voted for Trump instead of just saying, oh, you voted for Trump, oh, you're horrible. Then I asked them, why did you vote for Joe Biden? Oh, because I don't like Trump. Well, that's not a good reason to just vote for somebody. But I definitely did that with Obama. I voted for Obama just because he was Black, right? I was doing it for the culture, but, like, just in the area, like, for the church though, right? Like, if we were to get to solution, I know for the church, like, we know that the gospel, like, this is the solution. I believe the gospel changes man's hearts, right? Like, we can put laws, race for it's big on police brutality and stuff like that, but that would not change their hearts, right? And so I believe definitely the gospel, the church needs to step it up with the presentation of the gospel, going into these communities, right? And and that's one way that I show that Black Lives Matter. Like, I never scream Black Lives Matter. I don't wear hats and because I don't have to advertise that Black Lives Matter. I know Black Lives Matter because they were created in the image of God, right? But just like somebody said, somebody countered a pro-life person. They say, okay, if you're against abortion, what are you doing to care for those like foster people or whatever? They're basically saying, put your money where your mouth is, something like that. Like, okay, are you trying to adopt somebody? And that's a good protest, right? That's a good counter. And so in the area of Black Lives Matter, we should be involving ourselves in Black communities, right? Like, in some kind of way, whatever your gifting is, right? Like, to help people, deliver them out of those situations. And so, I don't know if I changed the subject a little bit, but I was just really trying to get to a solution. One solution that I believe that whether we have a Democratic president or Republican, the church can still try to help the Black community.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. Exactly. And
But,
we definitely be on our job in regards to the Great Commission. I agree.
Yeah, that is a whole another another thing right there. Because it's kind of like when I think of the Black church, and I hate to say the Black church, but all right,
the Black church.
the Black church. Like, we're not. It's more of it has benefits, but overall, like, I've seen so many churches in dilapidated communities, and I'm like, did you just suck all the money and make the church fat and the community poor? Like, what happened? Like, 'cause I would feel a little bit ashamed if I had this nice, pristine church in the ghetto. I would be like, dang, that's like a slap in the face. How is my church nicer than my community? It's an insult to your community. But that's a topic that I wish like we could gather like all the pastors and all the zip codes and just bring them all under one roof and like let the community talk to the pastors. And then like sit down and talk about solutions like, how are we gonna get ourselves out of this? Like, we've done it before. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we can do it again. But
yeah,
it'll be a nice thing to happen.
For sure.
Oh,
I'm for house or like community, like small groups in the hood type thing, like people coming off of their high positions, bishops, this or whatever. Like, forget all that. Go into those communities, and if you have the gifting of a shepherd, find one guy, right? One guy that you can pour into in the hood and disciple that one guy, and you never know, that could be the next Apostle Paul. He can turn that hood upside down, and that is one way we can redeem the hood, one soul at a time, or at least one that one guy can, leave the hood. I don't know. God may keep him there. I don't know, but that's just one way to redeem either an individual or individuals or just the whole neighborhood. Get one gangster off the street, and So I think politics, but the church, we have to do our job as well. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what Biden or Trump is going to do next. I don't know, but I know we got a job.
Yeah, the church job is to govern. Like that's what we're supposed to do. But we want to have separation between church and state. But I think like Ryshawn, like what you're talking about is like that was the book of Acts. Like, yo, that's how they got down. It was like, yo, community based, like, yo, let's go to this person's house. And
Yeah.
I think we took on more of what Catholicism has brought to the table and just like took
Do
on
you
those
do
practices.
you guys think that it's gonna go back to pre-COVID?
No.
Mm. Mm-mm.
It would be nice. I think
I remember those days.
I say we probably get back once, like, you know, some people get vaccinated. I think we'll probably get back like maybe 30% back to normal or what normal was to us. But I don't think we'll go all the way back at all.
Are,
Like,
are you guys getting vaccinated?
no, I am not. Yeah, it's so crazy because like I was reading like, yo, with the vaccines and all that, like they be using like fetal tissue from aborted babies. That is just like
I won't be surprised.
messed up. It's messed up, yo. It's messed
But
up.
But I bet they ain't tell you that Trump, started to defund them, and he the one actually looking for these missing children and everything. But I guess y'all ain't heard about that.
Trump's trying to find who?
Like, you notice a lot of missing children getting found these days.
Oh,
And-
for real?
Real
Yeah,
real talk. It is like human traffickers getting shut down. Like even like here in Georgia. It's like this is the biggest crackdown I've seen since I've ever lived here.
Wow.
Like, people care? Really?
But they want him out though.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's all about what it looks like on the surface. It's like
I
on the
think-
surface, Trump is very crass. He just blurt whatever he thinks. And it's like I think like we've gotten to the point where professionalism has taken a stark turn. Like now I'm like, no, y'all mad at Trump for speaking, saying whatever he want to say? Like you do the same thing on social media. Like you got business owners like cussing and marketing commercials and just cussing people out, like this is the culture y'all creating. Like, why y'all mad?
Because the president is not supposed to do it, the president. But I will say this, we needed somebody like Neil was saying, that wasn't a politician to actually show us what's going on behind the scenes. And I think that's what actually Trump did. He's somebody that's not like the politician or he's different, he's not a politician. So we needed him to expose, what was going on. So.
And so much is going on, y'all. That's the thing. Like I said, my eyes have been open a lot more to the whole human trafficking and the children trafficking and all that stuff lately. And I know there's a whole other subject, so we ain't got to go into it right now. But at some point, though, I don't have to go into it. But like I said, hearing that and also hearing about like how he's brokering like peace in the Middle East and all these different things, it's like, y'all don't want to get a man nothing. Y'all don't want to get a man.
We haven't had a war in 4 years. I'm like, that's troops, that's like soldiers that's still alive, that ain't gotta go kill nobody, that ain't gotta fight. Like, we did not have a war. For the first time, it feels like in 12 years or something.
I think that's just a part of our nature, right? As just broken people, like we always look at the negative. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be a great parent, like my parent, like me parenting my kids, like we can sacrifice for my kids and they're just focused. Y'all don't never let us do nothing. Like what? Like you gonna bring that up? Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? So it's like and age is nothing but a number, like man, a lot of adults are just big kids. Like we just want everything our way. If it doesn't go out, America, we're spoiled. Like I guarantee you, a lot of people complaining about America. They go to another country, they'll be running right back. I guarantee they'll be running right. Them people that's so oh, you know, Egypt, and all right, go to Egypt. You know, go to Haiti, go. Just go over there for, you know, and then you'll come right back and appreciate the prosperity. Like we can do whatever we want to do. I'm not oppressed. I haven't met anybody who's oppressed. I just don't know who's oppressed. Like I can't really sympathize with something that I can try to force myself. Like, oh man, these people are oppressed. But man, I see a lot of Black entrepreneurs. You know, I see a lot of Black leadership. Like in my job, I had a Black manager who's, you know, he's over white people. You know, I live like socially, I live better than a lot of white people in my area. You know, so it's like, and financially. So it's like, I just, you know, I can't really buy into that narrative. I have to really just try to bow down to the culture and dismiss all of the good that's happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're just spoiled, and, you know, that's just the result of America. Like we created us like this monster in us, like, and it's a part of our sinful nature as well. So it's like, Trump could do 100 things right and one thing wrong. Oh, see, I told you.
Right. And it's so funny you brought that up too, because me and Daniece was talking about that in a previous episode about, like, I know 2020 is supposed to be so bad. It's supposed to be so bad, but I done seen so many houses being bought.
Exactly.
Businesses opening, cars, all kind of stuff.
Man.
Like, I've been taking care of this year, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we
Trump
ain't
is
been
an awesome
struck.
racist. I love his racism.
Listen, because he's opening up everything for everybody. Like we were talking about, people able to get these loans and stuff now that, you know, Black people weren't able to get before. It's so many, and we're not even in the same place. We're in different areas, and, you know, even where I'm from and people that I know and see, you know, everybody's starting businesses, and I'm absolutely loving it. You know, everybody's, you know, getting loans and, you know, growing their enterprise. So I mean, it's amazing. Like, I'm seeing great things.
That platinum bill he trying to get going for this next go round. Y'all heard about that platinum plan or whatever?
Yeah, I heard.
Well, he was trying, you know.
Well, we'll
You know,
see.
they say he took parts of it from Ice Cube's plan, but no, we don't want that. We don't want jobs and loans. We don't want that. We want somebody to rub our bellies at night. It'll be okay.
Man, let me get a piece of that doggone platinum plan and see what I can do with it right here. So let's get a building. Let me do. Oh, I learned a little bit more about the opportunity zone, so because I need a building for my business.
Yeah,
I mean, and great interest rates and everything. I mean, it was just great opportunities for everybody.
Yeah, a lot of people passed up on it too.
Because they were scared. They were saying, then they were scared and getting upset with other people who was taking advantage of it. Well, why won't you take advantage of it?
Yeah.
You know, so
like it's 2020 ain't teach you nothing. You better roll the dice on yourself. Like, like for real, there ain't nothing promised nowadays. Like, you better just go for it.
But the issue I have is like the narrative of equality, right? Like, it's just so general. Like, what are they like? I think they got to get specific, because, like, in reality, equality, like okay, let's say equality on a job. There's no such. Well, there's like, if I labor more than you shouldn't make as much as I do, right? Like, so there isn't always going to be equality. Like, I believe they're saying like equality, like treated equally, but like, I think, you know, like they have to be very specific, you know, and also like the whole LGBTQ, like I'm seeing a lot of LGBTQ stuff like in movies and all of that stuff, right? And I can't even really enjoy nothing because I'm seeing, you know, some flamboyant boys, and I got a 4-year-old son. And so I'm like, I can't rock with that. Like, no, you know, and so it's like, they're pushing that so heavy, and it's like, when do we draw the line? Like, in a minute, I'm gonna be able to, well, not me, but people will be able to marry anything, anyone. Like, we have to draw the line. Like, it's okay to draw the line, you know.
Ryshawn, I heard this. This goes with what you just said. I heard this. There's a fine line between diversity and perversion. So that goes like directly with what you're saying. Where is the line drawn? Because those people will have to have their rights as well. And that's the thing about pushing those limits and the you know, the different equality and perversions. The line is going to continue to keep moving. You know?
Yeah, but started now because of my what rights do you not have? I looked it up. I was like, what rights do they not have at this point? And what I saw was the right to jobs that deal with us in regards to Christians. They want to be able to work at the Christian college. And I guess someone was trying to argue about the right. I guess they were working at a funeral home and they decided to become the opposite sex and that type of thing, or whatever the case is. And I'm like, why you want to work at the Christian school? Like, what you talk about ain't with what they talking about. Like, you know, so you don't want more rights, you want to take my right. You know what I mean? And that's what you really want. Why? No, we might be in this thing right now. They're like, shut down. God says in love.
Yo, I'm left-handed, right? I'm left-handed. It's more left-handed people than there are homosexual people. But like, how do they get to have such a loud voice? Like, and don't get me wrong, like, it's like the whole LGBTQ thing, like, it's like a headless monster. It's like there's no like, well, who's the head of the LGBTQ? To me, that's like one of the most dangerous movements when you can't point out the leader somewhere.
Yeah.
So it just kind of made me wonder, like, yo, so how is it that they're running a lot of stuff? Like, it's and even I don't know, like, it's a sensitive topic because I personally, like, yo, I don't care. I don't have a problem with somebody being gay or anything. I personally don't judge on the strength, like, oh man, you're gay, you're going to hell, and you're this and you're that. But I've seen like so many other people just be like, you know, adulterous and like killers, all kind of stuff. My thing is like how you were saying, right, Sean? Like, it do appear to be like an agenda to where it's like, yo, we're gonna put this on, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've noticed, like, for me, like, just watching TV and movies and stuff like that, the black male is usually gay. And I'm like,
Can we just pinpoint right there, please? That's it. That's it.
that's my problem. Like, yo, can we just be a man for, like, to me, black males haven't been able to just be a stand-up male in the media, like in movies and cinema and stuff like that. Like, it's always some kind of caveat with it. Like, I remember like somebody was saying like, yo, I was watching The Watchmen and they was like, yo, the guy was kicking butt, but then he was like, he was gay though. I'm like, why are you gonna be gay? Why you just can't be a dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? In like Lovecraft country, it's like, yo, yeah, this is that going on, but it's that gay. And it's just like, you can't say anything. If you say anything, you're automatically homophobic. It's like, dang, I can't even have an opinion. I can't like make a statement and like, yo, we have like some kind of conversation about it. Like, we put it all on the table and you hear my view, I hear yours, this, that, and the third. It's like, yo, you're homophobic and you're canceled. You can't say anything. Like, that's not equality, and that's not equity. Like, yo, it and it's not fair either. It's not right. It's not just. Like, people should be able to have a conversation and say like, hey, look, I disagree with homosexuality. Like, you should be able to say that And that doesn't mean that I don't want them to be beat up or killed
Yeah.
or them not to have jobs or nothing. That don't mean like they can't be a manager or my manager or nothing like that. It's just saying like, hey, look, I don't agree with two men having sex with each other because I don't understand it. One, and it's like it's just to me, it's not. It doesn't create. I disagree with just about anything that doesn't bring forth life for the most part. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't procreate with it. And it's not to say that like, hey, look, I got a problem with you. Like I know a lot of gay people. I come across gay people all the time. It's nothing personal. It's just like, hey, look, why is this agenda being pushed? Like to me, that's the bigger issue. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because anything against what God's word says is being pushed. That's what's on the alternative. I keep saying the alternative. We already established his Bible, but guess what? He on his type priorities is first 100 days. Y'all heard about that?
Yes, we did. You can't miss it.
Wait, what was the immigration or he got something with the LGBTQ or something?
That
What
right
do you
there.
think?
First 100 days, top priority.
That's the top.
One of the top priorities.
And you cannot tell me that yo, this every you can't tell me that everything isn't fixed, yo. You just can't tell me that. Because like what more can you do for them? Like they're not the ones populating the prisons. They're not the ones dealing with police brutality. Like they're not the ones that's disenfranchised. Like what else? And they're like this percentage. And my thing is like, yo, I'm black all day, every day to the day I die.
Can't change it.
You can't change it. You can be gay one day, and you can be straight the next. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you can hide it because it's like, yo, it's at the end of the day, homosexuality is about who you
Oh
choose
no,
to have.
oh,
And that's none of
can't
my
choose
business.
that. You
You were
can't choose.
born that way.
Yes, but you can choose your gender. I'm gonna go. Y'all ain't finna look.
Wait, so you could? I'm like, yo, how can you choose your gender? Yo, don't get me started, Miracle. You know, like, yo, you can't choose gender.
That's what they tell it. That's
Like,
what
if
that's
you're born with a sexual organ, like it's a sexual organ for a reason. Like that's just what you are. Like, yo, if you're born and like you can't talk about, oh, what about a hermaphrodite? That's such a minute percentage. Like, yo, if you're born with your organs, you're not just born with like, like if you're a woman, you're born with a vagina. If you're a male, you're born with a penis. Like, you got all kind of things that come with that genetic makeup too. Like that means like, yo, if you're a woman, you have ovaries. I don't have ovaries. Like you can change the surface and all that. You can change all that, but you still gonna have them ovaries though. Like, I don't know how you getting them out. All the hormones you want. So I'm like, and you can't argue self-love either. That can't be your argument. Oh, I'm just loving myself. This is my real self. Because your real self is like what you're born as. You need to learn to love that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't try to change and deface that and anyway. But to me, I'm
well,
like, just love what you were born.
the reason why this is a subject right now, and the reason why this is political is because it's become political. It's been
It is.
laws are actively being changed, that affects. And honestly, a lot deals with the children, which is why I brought it up. Because I'm sitting here like, I mean, well, did y'all watch the town hall? Or was I the only one that watched both of the town halls?
I didn't see the time.
Nobody watched. Y'all didn't watch the town hall neither?
I didn't even know about
Y'all
it.
didn't
Yeah, yes, I watched it.
Okay. Well, so it's cool for the 8-year-old transgender then. You saw
Yeah, to change their gender. Yeah, I saw that.
that's
You ain't
cool.
even developed yet.
Oh no, that's cool. And honestly, if the parent don't agree, they should be able to go ahead and do it without your consent. That's cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
It's
what
why
Joe Biden stated.
it's political. That's why this is political right now. And that's why, again, when it comes to these votes, that's why it's so important, like who you supporting and who you going for. man, listen, hold on. Why we we going to the? They be like, look, we cannot put that on network. I don't know.
So I would say like get when like I'm like Neil, like I'm cool with gay people. I don't have like I definitely don't think gay people should be treated unfairly, but there definitely need to be some lines. Like it just has to be lines. Like even in heterosexual relationship, you have to draw a line, or being a heterosexual, there has to be lines, right? So it's like it's like, man, you just give them an inch, or give somebody an inch, and it just goes further. And it's like now it's affecting the kids and even being taught in the schools, like, and it's just like, dang, like, hold up, man, like, wait a minute, like, okay, you want to get married, cool, get married, cool, but dang, you trying to take over, like, what? Wait a
I
minute.
definitely say the line, and this is my little humble opinion. I feel like the line should be kids. Like kids and sex should not even be in the same conversation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Let's keep
But that's
kids.
their agenda. Miracle.
But that's their agenda.
That's their agenda. Let's not, act like we don't know what their agenda is. The agenda is to obviously get the children. So if I get the children and I desensitize them through the television and through all the shows, you even have to, as a Christian parent, we even have to watch the cartoons. I watch the cartoons with my son to make sure, because they're now coming through the cartoons, through the music, sex, all of these, and these are, as us being Christians, we deal with the spiritual realm, and these are, let's just call it what it is. So, you, like you said, we have to draw the line at the children, but then what's next? They're going to be the people who sleep with animals are going to want their rights. The pedophiles are trying to get rights as well. They're starting that already in California. So, yeah.
Yep.
We have to prepare as Christians, y'all. It's coming.
Man.
Look, all this Ryshawn's fault right here, bringing that up, man. Doggone Ryshawn.
Like he did do that. Man.
Hey, because it just happened yesterday, or day before yesterday. I'm trying, like we like crime, like we like SVU, and man, the two flamboyant individuals popped up, and it just grieved me. Like I'm like, man, no, we gotta take this out. Like we gotta turn this off. I can't do it. So, but Neil is right though. Like there is also adultery and all of that stuff going on in those shows as well. And I'm grieved about that stuff too. Like if I see two people who are having sex and they're not married, I'm like, I'm grieved, but yeah.
Bring it all back though. The laws. You know what I'm saying? Again, the reason why this is a subject right now is because of the laws that are being put in place right now. And again, I love everybody. I ain't gonna treat you no different no matter what you're doing. I just say, hey, let's keep kids out. You know what I mean? That's my own humble opinion. Let's keep kids out of that conversation and pay attention to these laws and the things that people are like. Man, I did a whole juice about that. Like people are, like you said too, Ryshawn, just keep agreeing with you. But at the end of the day, it's like people are more concerned about what people are saying versus paying attention to what people are doing. And then honestly, some of them are actually just straight out saying, like we already said, first 100 days, this top priority. They're literally saying it. So, so at that point, it's like if a Christian follows that or goes with that, it's like you don't care, or you're not paying attention. You just lost. Like I don't know how else to.
Yeah, you sleep. You are asleep. Like, yeah, like the kids is the line though, because California, like they passed. Then I think they passed a law, or they were trying to, like some proposition, something to where it's like if a kid happens to be like a teenager and has a relationship with an adult, like the adult can't be charged, and it's something weird. Right. I can't remember.
Something, but no, it's like 10 years or something like that is the gap, or something like that.
That's Camilla. That's Camilla's homeboy. She endorsed him.
Wait, who is this?
But
The
Who is
government.
he?
the gentleman that you're talking about,
Wow.
yep, the gentleman that you're talking about in California that passed that law, that is Camilla's homeboy. She endorsed him. So they got plenty of pictures and everything together. She's, they're taking pictures and they're buddies. So we like y'all said, we have to know who we're endorsing as Christians. We can't be, caught up in the facade of, racism and all of this stuff. We need to make sure, that we're on the side of God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that trumps everything. Yeah, because you can't, like, a lot of people, it's like, oh my gosh, she black, the first black woman. This, who cares? Like I I feel like sometimes black people are content with just having a black face in a white place. And it's like, hey, that's good enough for you. Like that's all you don't want to ask for anything else or demand anything else. Like, oh, as long as we see a black person in there, we're good. We're good. But
I pulled it up for you all just so we can, look, fact check. That's a whole nother subject as well. How about all this fact checking that's going on? How y'all feel about that? We can talk about it. Anyway, it's called SB number 145. It says this bill would exempt from mandatory registration under the act a person convicted of certain offenses involving minors if the person is not more than 10 years older than the minor, and if that offense is the only one requiring the person to register. So they're saying most people in that situation would have to they would have to register mandatory, but if it's their only offense and they're not within 10 years of that person, they don't have to register. And so that's like a 20-year-old and a 10-year. Is that?
that is insane. Like, that's insane.
Ain't it?
Why would you even conjure that up? Period. Like, why?
Maybe because all these rings is getting found and getting busted. Oh, I'm back to the children rings, y'all. I'm sorry, but like I said, I mean, I've been more exposed to it over the past 2 weeks, so I'm sitting here like,
Did you see where
it concerns me.
Did you see where a lot of CEOs stepped down? Speaking of the rings, did you see where a lot of CEOs were stepping down from that? But that gentleman, you could look that up as well. He's a part of the LGBTQ community. The guy who is over that.
I was over that. His name is not here.
I knew it, a while ago because I was doing some research myself. The gentleman who's was over that, he who got that passed, he is a part of the LGBT community. So,
and that's the thing. It's like people. That's the whole thing. It's like getting into these certain positions so they can do things like this. That's why, I mean, I think I told you guys last time, I definitely was trying to be more informed about who I was voting for and who I wanted to vote for, especially when it came to the rest of not just the president, but all of the positions. Because like I told you guys years before, I would go in thinking about the president and then forget about, like, oh man, I don't even know who the rest of these names are. So at least this go around, I went and looked up each person, I went on their website, saw what they had to say, stuff like that. I think we all should do that. Like, if you're gonna vote, be informed about who's on the, who's voting for.
Ballot. Yep.
For sure.
Man.
For sure.
So, look, okay, well, with that being said, y'all, what's y'all's final thoughts? So many things. Let's y'all want to. What was that I said we could talk about? I forgot now. I forgot what it was. Huh?
You said, I think you brought up fact check. Fact checking.
Oh, how only certain sides being fact checked.
Mm-hmm. And that's on social media. That's like on Twitter and
YouTube, Facebook,
yeah,
all of them.
yeah.
Instagram, too.
I mean, I believe. I still kind of believe Trump is gonna win. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a prophet, but I really believe like it's gonna. I still believe Trump is gonna win. Not because of like probably because of the prophet. I don't know. I just believe he's gonna win. I think it's just gonna be gonna be a setup to bring in the New World Order. I think people are gonna go crazy. Like when he does win, if he wins, people are gonna go crazy, like crazy, because they already have this energy built up that he lost. So they're just gonna go from excited, celebrating it. That energy is gonna go towards looting, and it's gonna be crazy. So I believe that's definitely gonna be like just the start of just a fast decline in America. And if Trump wins after those 4 years, I believe we're in the last hour. I don't know how big you guys are in about like end time prophecy or whatever, but I believe we're in the last hour. I believe the Lord Jesus is going to come in our lifetime, and I believe we're going to definitely be around when the mark of the beast and just because the technology is here, it's not coincidence for me. It's like everything is just in place to just go ahead and do it. So yeah, like Neil said, I think this is just a setup, like to get people to go crazy, like go bananas. I'm glad I live in the country. I don't know where you guys. I don't know if you live in the urban area in the city. I live with country folks who got rifles, and they actually got Trump. They got Trump signs. I live in Trump's country right now, so I'm kind of safe. Like I'm kind of safe. I just fear for the Trump supporters in like Atlanta and DC and in Biden's country. I fear for those people. So grab your anointed oil and grab your pistols. It's going down if Trump win.
Man, I believe what you said though. Like I think we are. It's like I think we in that time frame. I was kind of hoping we weren't, but because I'm like I just don't feel like dealing with it. It's like, man, I'm tired, man. Like, learn to the beast, and no, I just don't want to deal with it. Like I don't feel like getting guns, and I don't want to shoot nobody. Like I'm not violent. Like this is too much. It's just I ain't with it. But but I do agree with you though.
Man, look. On one hand, it's like either way, right? Either way seems a little bit messed up, right? Because if a winner wins, riots, looting, burning, all that, right? But if you don't win, we got the first 100 days and the agenda and all the things, you know what I mean? So it's like, but then also, like I said, we got those prophecies and all, and then, I feel like, and that's, I don't know, I feel like God wouldn't allow all his prophets or mouthpieces to be shamed in that way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, I see more like, again, more of a, like you were saying, this is all kind of setting it up in a way where people can really see, and God be like, and I said this, and then now that might not be good, depending on how you're looking at it. But yeah, man.
Yeah, it's going down. It's going down.
Going down, man. What you got, Miss Daniece? What you got for us? What you got?
I'm agreeing with you guys. I think because of the Lord's prophets that said that Trump was going to win, I do believe that he's going to win. And I, honestly, I would hope he win because, Trump winning would be grace for us. So, which is why, God was doing that grace for us to push back the end times, as Mr. Ryshawn and them was saying. I do believe that we are in those times now. So, not to be in fear and anxiety, and don't allow the media to bring division between you and other people. Remember to keep that focus on Jesus Christ, and to be in love, to walk in love, to be in love, to repent daily, and to live righteously. And then you won't have nothing to worry about. Prepare. I would honestly, I have already started, prepare on getting things in order for your family, food and things of that nature. It's time to prepare. We have to get our eyes off all of that stuff. Things could go either way, regardless of who's in office, but you want to be prepared and be able to feed your family if things get to those levels. So, just repent and, stay connected with God, stay in your word, and love on somebody. We can't allow the media to bring in the division between us on who you voted for and all of these things. We're all God's children, and that's what it's about, his kingdom. So
Amen. Well, that's good. That's a wrap, right? I think that's a wrap right there. Thank you all so much for joining the conversation. Each one of y'all, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
If you like what you hear, then consider supporting our podcast. Every listener that supports us for $9.99 a month will be entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win a free gift. So become a supporter today.